What if I told you there's a hidden thread connecting an ancient Egyptian god, a modern horror icon, and the dollar bill in your pocket? This connection is real, a story told in Numbers 13 and 14. These numbers are keys to a mystery that spans millennia, from the temples of the Nile to the dark waters of Camp Crystal Lake, and even to the symbols on the dollar bill. We'll meet Osiris, Egypt's king, whose tragic fate sparked a tale of love and sacrifice, and Jason Voorhees, a boy who rises from a watery grave, haunting our modern nightmares. On the surface, Osiris and Jason seem worlds apart, one a symbol of order, the other of chaos. But both stories are about being broken, scattered, and lost. In each, a powerful mother, Isis for Osiris, Pamela Voorhees for Jason, refuses to let tragedy be the end. Even the dollar bill holds this code, 13 steps on the pyramid, and at the top, the missing 14th piece, the all-seeing eye. This is no coincidence, it's a message. The path to wholeness is about finding what was lost. Let's follow the thread. In ancient Egypt, Osiris was the beloved king, bringer of civilization. His jealous brother Set trapped him in a chest and cast him into the Nile. Isis, Osiris's devoted wife, found him and tried to restore him, but Set tore Osiris into 14 pieces, scattering them across Egypt. Isis began a quest, gathering 13 pieces of her husband, reassembling him with magic and love. But one piece, the phallus, was lost forever, eaten by a fish. Undeterred, Isis fashioned a new piece from gold and wax, conceiving their son Horus. Osiris, incomplete, became king of the underworld, a god transformed by death. The myth is about more than loss. It's about the power of love and the quest for wholeness, even when something is missing. The missing 14th piece is lost in all of us. Without it, the Osiris within you cannot return as you were, but something new must be born. Through Isis's devotional aka, your inner magic, the cycle of life, death, and rebirth continues. The myth endures because it speaks to our own longing to be made whole. The story of Osiris is the story of every broken thing seeking restoration, and it's a pattern we'll see again. Now to Camp Crystal Lake, 1957. Jason Voorhees, a boy shunned and neglected, drowns, lost to the world of the living. His mother, Pamela, is consumed by grief, turning her love into vengeance. On Friday the 13th, she murders those she blames, becoming the first killer in the legend. Her death becomes the catalyst. Jason rises from the lake, not as a boy but as an immortal avenger. Like Osiris, Jason is incomplete, trapped in a cycle of violence, constantly reliving his trauma. Each act of violence is a ritual, echoing his mother's grief. Osiris was reassembled by the love of Isis. Jason's legend is reassembled by his mother's rage. Both become lords of their own underworlds, Osiris in the realm of the dead, and Jason at Camp Crystal Lake. Their stories are about death and resurrection, bound by the power of feminine emotional magic. The myth repeats, brokenness, vengeance, and the search for wholeness. Even in horror, the ancient pattern endures. To understand these myths, look at the numbers. 13 is feared. Friday the 13th, the missing 13th floor, but it's not evil. 13 marks endings, transformation, and the sacred feminine. 13 lunar cycles, the tarot's death card, the 13 pieces of Osiris. It's the number of completion, but also the threshold before rebirth. 14 is the next step, the spark of new life, the masculine principle, the power to rebuild. In Hebrew, David's name equals 14, symbolizing restoration. The 14th piece of Osiris, his phallus, is the generative force that allows for new creation. 14 is salvation, the transition from death to new life. The cycle doesn't end at destruction. It's completed by the force that brings the parts together and breathes new purpose into them. 13 is the end. 14 is the beginning. This is the hidden code. Take out a dollar bill. On the back, the Great Seal shows a pyramid with 13 steps. It's a symbol of completion, but the pyramid is unfinished. The capstone is missing. Floating above is the 14th element, the all-seeing eye, the symbol of vision and enlightenment. The repetition of 13 is everywhere. 13 stars, 13 leaves, 13 arrows, 13 letters in E pluribus unum. The message unity from many parts, the gathering of what was scattered. But without the 14th piece, the eye, the structure is blind, lacking purpose. The all-seeing eye is the capstone, the vision that completes the work. The dollar bill is more than currency. It's a map of the soul's journey from incompletion to wholeness. True power isn't in the structure, but in the vision that completes it. The myth of Osiris, the legend of Jason, and the symbols on the dollar all point to the same truth. The journey is from 13 to 14, from brokenness to vision. The capstone is the promise of awakening. The code is hidden in plain sight. Even Jason's name hints at the cycle of death and rebirth. In Pythagorean numerology, the name Jason adds up to the number 14. In Greek myth, Jason is a healer and a seeker of the golden fleece, a symbol of restoration and order. Jason reminds us that adventure is always waiting for us. His name also maps the months: July, August, September, October, November, the harvest's arc from life to death. Jason rises as summer ends, embodying the spirit of the harvest and the descent into darkness. He is the god of the harvest, always preparing for winter. This cycle echoes Osiris, Persephone, and every myth of descent and return. Jason is our modern, brutal version of the agricultural god, forever trapped in a pendulum cycle. His story is a reminder all life must face its end, and in some form may return. The rhythm is universal: life, death, and the hope of rebirth. The myth lives on in every season. What's the meaning of this code? We are all in some way dismembered, broken by life, loss, and chaos. We are each a collection of 13 pieces, whole yet incomplete. The journey is to find the 14th piece. Our purpose, our vision, our spark. For Osiris, it was creative power. For the pyramid, the all-seeing eye. For us, it's the awareness that makes us more than the sum of our parts. This is the act of spiritual rebirth, moving from existing to truly living. The 14th piece isn't found outside. It's created from within, like Isis's magic or the pyramid's capstone of light. The hidden piece is the ability to see past our emotions, to become the author of your own story. These myths are maps for the soul, challenging us to reassemble what's broken. They ask us to face the darkness of 13, to unlock the power of 14. The mystery isn't out there, it's within. The quest is to open your own eye, to become the creator of your reality. Place the capstone on your own pyramid. That is the journey from myth to meaning.